Don't mean to spook you, but it is Halloween. But you know what might be pretty spooky is if you are an avid defender of the billionaire class, perhaps. So the other night, Billie Eilish was accepting an award at the WSJ Magazine's 2025 Innovator Awards. I believe it was for music innovation. Awards for music are always an interesting concept, but that's not what this is about. In her acceptance speech, she calls out billionaires in her own words, basically saying like, why are you billionaires? Which is a great point. Let me see if I can get away with playing a clip without it having any issues.
No hate, but yeah, give your money away, shorties. I'd say if you have money, it would be great to use it for good things and maybe give it to some people that need it. Love you all, but there's a few people in here that have a lot more money than me. And if you're a billionaire, why are you a billionaire?
Now, I think the average reasonable person could pretty easily get behind that idea. Billions absolutely is an obscene amount of money that no single person needs. However, I think the generic insecure chud probably would quickly respond to this saying, okay, so give away all of your money then. Because if there's one thing that the most insecure and miserable people on this planet love to do, it is to defend their plebeian lifestyle while their overlords dominate them. Absolute peasantry, peasant brain. However, apparently right before going on to accept this award, Stephen Colbert, who was on stage presenting the award, announced that Billie Eilish was donating $11.5 million, I think from her upcoming tour, it said, to organizations addressing food insecurity and climate change, which is a super significant amount of money, obviously, and a pretty sizable portion of what is apparently her overall net worth. Apparently Mark Zuckerberg was in the crowd that night, who has an estimated net worth of $228 billion, which is just, it's again, a completely obscene, unfathomable amount of money. I think like it's wild to me that there's people defending the idea of a billionaire still. Part of it is that a billion is such an unfathomable number to the human brain, because like you hear like, oh, millionaire, billionaire, you're like, oh yeah, a person with an obscene amount of money, yeah. But like, think about what a billion is. It's so many millions. Like, think about the amount she's donating here, $11.5 million. That is slightly more than 1% of $1 billion. And then Mark Zuckerberg is worth 228 times that. Every $1 billion is $1,000 million. Like, you couldn't spend that if you tried. Now, as far as her overall message here, the wording of it is pretty interesting. I think she definitely worded it in her own way, like she has an audience and she knows how to effectively communicate to them. I think it comes across as a little silly to be posing it as like literally asking billionaires, why are you a billionaire? Like, you're not going to hurt their feelings, but I think that was just probably her way of bringing this up in her own effective words. Because I heard that and I was like, I feel like I would rather be talking to everyone else. You know, like we need to stop billionaires because, you know, you don't accidentally fall into being a billionaire. You know, you have to really make some selfish decisions along the way here. You know, it's not, you're not going to play to their conscience, you know, but I think the way she presented it is probably favorable to the target audience, her audience, whatever her target demographic is. And I know Billie Eilish is no stranger to being charitable or supporting causes. I know she has essentially been vegan for like most of her life. I don't know if she really likes to like say that. I feel like I might have heard she like goes by like plant-based or something. I know there's some stuff about her like liking to like ride horses and stuff. And people say maybe she like wears, anyway, that part, that's not much of a concern comparatively, because I remember it must have been like the last tour or recent tour enforced a thing where the venues had to serve all vegan food, which I thought was pretty cool. But anyway, obviously none of this works on the people who have already decided that they will die on the sword for billionaires, hoping to maybe someday be able to get a crumb flicked to them by their world supervillain of choice. You guys don't understand. Ganondorf told me the only reason I can't afford a house in Kakariko Village is because of those damn Gorons up on Death Mountain. Obviously, those people are just going to have stuff to say like, oh, you want people to not go hungry? Give away everything you own then. I, meanwhile, need all of my money to go towards instruments of death to be shipped overseas. That'll improve my life. But yeah, I guess I appreciate what Billie Eilish was doing here. It feels different from like the regular celebrity accepting award, throwing out some like we need world peace, everyone be nice to each other type thing. It feels more genuine and like activating in a way. But how do you feel about all this? And is there any details I missed out on regarding this whole bit here? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. See ya.